Hello everyone, my name is Muir and we've got something new for you today. However, before we get into the video, I'd like to take a moment to tell you that nearly 70% of people who watch our videos are not subscribed. If you're not subscribed, you could do me a huge favor by liking the video, commenting below, subscribing to the channel, and ringing that bell. It really helps with the channel and lets me know that you're liking what I'm making. Alright, without further ado, let's get into the video. Chainmail or leather, like, turtlenecks? Plus like samurai plate leggings and like a samurai helmet. So that's currently what my idea is, though the helmet might change. But anyway, it should work out just fine, I think. Alright, so Fen, we will have you work on that before the clothing bench, because we will run out of leather faster. Yeah, and we're going to need more leather than we have per dust coat. And Doc probably doesn't have much to do at the moment, because we're probably out of cotton already. Because we blast through cotton with those cotton looms. Okay. So Fen, how great armor, apparently still doing his thing. Yeah, looks like we're going to need at least 2 leathers per dust coat. We have 2 leathers, so that's good. So I guess the first one will go to Fen. Hopefully it will be masterwork. But who knows, maybe it won't be. Doc Chung, what can I tell you with this? Can I give you an order with those things? It doesn't look like it. There's another headlocker over there, but you can't use that just yet. Put that in there. Go ahead and turn it on. Let's go to that headlocker as well. Okay, and drop that off in there as well. And just throw it on the ground so Beep comes and grabs it. Okay, sounds good. What do we have over here? We have that we need more iron plates. How many iron plates do we have? 4. Ah, that would explain why Green Finger is not making weapons right now. Alright, Green Finger. Take those. I want you to come over here and build. Cool, that's done. I don't know why people can't get to it though, but it's done. So we have a little bit more power. That's always nice. I guess we have weak wind right now. Yeah, because there's no penalty. Oh yeah, that's right, that's right. There's no penalty if they're close to each other, but they definitely are having issues because they are because this area is relatively low wind. Now, the smaller wind turbines, those actually require less power to operate at full power, operate at 100%. So there's an argument for those. They're a lot more efficient. We could just put a bunch of them over here and we'd be fine. Okay, but we've got that done. Silvershade is kind of just standing there, not knowing what he's supposed to do at this point. Yeah, we are kind of hitting... Yeah, that's a large. That's nice. Max efficiency 120, 40, and 40. Okay, so here's the plan. We're going to take our walls. Defensive wall. And we're going to expand this to encompass this as well. Sounds good. So, we have a decent number of building supplies at this point. So once this is done, it requires 2 building supplies per. The shorts require only 1. If we open this, people can get out there and do it. So there is that advantage. Now with these walls, we can also walk on them, so that is definitely an advantage. We will have to sort of redesign some things. Oh, nice. Okay, let's dismantle this then. Now people can get in and out. Silver Shade, come on in. Let's close this door. Now, Silver Shade, can you get out? No. Okay, that works for me. So I actually want to move this a little bit. How much do we need to upgrade it to the next level? Let's find out. So we would need 10. So for mining, iron refinery, we need 35 iron plates. This one would deconstruct for probably less than that. Okay, sounds good. Ben is still making his stuff, that's great. We don't have a dust coat yet. We need one more leather. I don't think we have any more animal skins. So we need to kill some animals there. Now Hobbs doesn't have anything to do because we probably are full on bread. No, we're not. Probably out of wheat straw then. Yeah. So we ran out of wheat straw, that's good. That does mean that we want him to have a different thing he can do during the interim. Silver Shade and Dok Chung. Let's see what's Muir doing. He's over here working on this. That's good. But okay, I think what I want to do is I want to move that iron production over here, because this will be a bit nicer for me. So iron refinery, type 3. Okay, we're going to do that. Put that there. Go to storage. We're going to store ore up here. And then, not steel bars, iron plates. Well, I guess we'll put that here. Now let's move this a little bit closer. So if we move it like that, that should work for everything. So we need iron plates, and iron plates. Sounds fantastic. Okay, so what is this? This is a iron refinery. Not the manual version. Okay, so those are done. Alright, Beep. So we're going to have you stop working on that or resource. We'll instead have you do that. Well, instead have you iron plates. Then there would be that, then this, and then there. Should work great. Silver Shade is also... He's doing tanning. I think right now he's probably mining. No, he's farming. That's fine. So we would do something similar with him. So auto hull there, auto hull here, and then use that one. And for the last... I guess we could have a Dok Chung help over here. That or Fen? Probably Green Finger. He doesn't have anything to do. Okay, that should all work. So we have 3 people who are dedicated to that now. Who, when they don't have anything else to do, that definitely works. And yeah, how are these guys doing? They're just fine. Okay, well, slowly getting everything made. Now Fen has a lot of this research, so let's have Fen go dump all that in here. Okay, we can't upgrade that again, that's good. Put all that in there. Does anyone else have research that they can contribute to the cause? Doesn't look like it. Okay, that's fine. And with all of this, we could do robotics, could do defense. I like the idea of those more. Electrical crafting could be really nice. We don't necessarily need it right now. But I would like an automatic mining tech. Some improved stone mining. An ore drill. Speed up mining a great deal. Need 3 ancient science books for that. Yeah. Alright. So, Hyper Armor Tier 1. Don't necessarily need that right now. Yeah, we just need to get our economy going. So everything that we can build that just uses books. Okay, so Beep and them shouldn't be working on this one anymore. In their free time, they should be over here working on that. So what is Beep up to? Farming. Sounds good. We don't have a ton of water yet, right now. Oh, that could actually be a problem. So we need to, now that we have more power, we do need to turn these back on. So those can generate water for me. And Muir will most likely end up pulling those around. Yeah. So that should work perfectly. She'll get all that done. Dok Chung has nothing to do. So Doc, when you're out of things to do as well, go ahead and start working on that. Both just standing around. Green Finger. He's operating this machine, so that works. Nah. No more iron plates. We have plenty of food, most likely. Yeah, lots of food cubes. That essentially can become passive income for us. We put the food at the sales desk that's in here, and then people come by and buy it. So that worked great for us. Okay, I guess this guy wants to come on in. Let's say hello to him. Got any fighters? Yeah. So Fen is a fighter, sort of. Better with blunts, but we're getting there. We're in the Cannibal Isles. Whenever we run into a lot of trouble, we just run over to the fishing village. But right now, we're currently just building up our economy. We're building up our weapons. So the general rules for this playthrough, Nick, is that we're not allowed to buy any items. Well, we're allowed to buy items. We're not allowed to buy armor, and we're not allowed to buy weapons. But we can loot them, we can steal them, and we can craft them. So, we're currently in the process of crafting long cleavers for everyone. Our tanks, so our hivers, because they can use samurai armor without having to worry about acid. They will, they'll be using foreign sabers that have taunts on. Everybody else will be using long cleavers and short cleavers, just so they can hopefully dish out as much damage as possible without having to worry about much. Beyond that, we currently have our clothing bench going. We're just making tackle musts right now. And then we're going to be making dust coats en masse. So that should all work nicely once we get there. We have lots of specialist grade. We have some occasional masterworks that show up. So most of my characters have masterwork like helmets right now. We need to find... well, the dust coats should all be masterwork, or will be masterwork eventually. We just need to start hunting more animals. So we're not using a whole lot of crossbows either, because, what is it? Diplomatic status enemies are immune to crossbows, immune to ranged attacks, without a mod, of course. So, there we go. So I'm using the 5 times experience mod. And he's just pretty much just been crafting ever since, like, the very beginning of the game. So, like, episode 1, like, hour 1 or 2. So, Godsend experience. So if this was a playthrough without that, then Fen's crafting would be much lower. It'd probably be, like, in the 40s. So enemies who have diplomatic status, like the Phoenix, they're immune to ranged attacks, because the developers don't want you to cheese them. So like the Holy Phoenix, for example, faction pacifiers, you can't shoot those guys with crossbows, they're immune. But if you want to kill stuff like Leviathans, you can just shoot them with like masked toothpicks and they'll die. So it works pretty well. Learn new stuff every day, right? So that works pretty well. Do you have any questions about the game so far? So we are still in the fairly earlier stages. We need to have part of our defensive wall come around to like basically make it so we can shoot this side of our gate and not end up potentially shooting each other by accident. So we still need to do some things, but we are up here, by the way, out in the just on the tip of the northern coast. Eventually we will move into the Cannibal Isles and start wiping out the cannibals. We'll probably end up moving over here or something. Yeah, I didn't. It's one of those things that seems counterintuitive, right? Because you can design an entire like playthrough around crossbows. Like one of the things I had in mind was like use katanas, but then use spring bats as like a shotgun to get through armor. And I mean it works, but you can't go and kill Catlon with it. Like if everybody has spring bats and you have them, try to attack Catlon or the Holy Phoenix, then they just pull out their sidearms. It's like, well, this is great. I'd spend all this time and effort making all these cool crossbows. Alright, so someone got up. Is this... Ah, it's not closed. That explains it. Alright, let's go chop this guy to bits. Oh, wait. That's someone who we took all the weapons off of and just left in our base. Beat them. Yeah, so yeah, you can stealth KO Calon. Yeah. I think with so like it's really weird. Like it's like most things in Kenshi, right? It's super buggy. So I think how it's supposed to go is anyone with diplomatic immunity is supposed to be immune to crossbows, immune to stealth attacks, so assassination, and like immune to like a handful of other things. But like you can literally just put on like Holy Nation gear and then just walk up to the Inquisitor when he's sleeping and kidnap him. So no fighting required. So the game kind of knows what it wants to do, but it doesn't. But you know, it is what it is. Hoping Kenshi 2 will have like less of that jank will exist for Kenshi 2, but who knows? But still, yeah, it's pretty funny. Alright, but let's see. What do we have? A lot. Alright, can you reach this? Yes. It's time to go make some money again. Nice. Yeah, no save scum can be kind of brutal. Definitely kind of brutal. But at the same time, like it can also be really fun. So you just have to be more careful. So you take advantage of a lot of the jank. Yeah. Most definitely. Because if you don't, you just die. So one of my favorite things about, well, one of the more interesting things about the game is like crossbows are crossbows are super overpowered, which is why diplomatic immunity people can't be targeted by them. Buck. But we have a raid going on. No, we're fine. But also like weapons, I like I don't know, like when it comes to weapons in general in the game, I I, I think that making katanas so awful in game because you're fighting skeletons and heavily armored people. I think making them so just terrible in game was, you know, not necessarily a mistake, but it's like it's one of those things where like new players will see katanas and they'll say, "Oh, well, this is great," and I've had this happen. Like I've recommended this game to people, and so they start and they think katana's really cool, so they like get katanas and then eventually nodachis, and they're playing it, and then they get to like where they're fighting skeletons, and they just get absolutely wrecked because they're doing like 50% or less damage. Um, and then like you get other players who are like, yeah, let's just use hackers, and just it's like what I'm doing. It's just nothing but hackers and foreign sabers. The end game just melts. Okay, so we'll grab these. We don't need any more food. We buy that stuff in like spades. Um, yeah, right? Yeah, they're pretty much required for some fights. And like the thing is, it takes so long to it just takes so long to level up weapon groups where it's just like you like if you want to use hackers for some fights and then heavy weapons for other fights and maybe a different weapon like sabers if you want to go up to bugmaster, if you want to use sabers for bugmaster, like okay, that's going to take so incredibly long to do because you need to level up all each of those weapons. I mean, if it does a lot of blood damage, you don't really need to worry about that. Yeah. Or if you install the mod that makes it to where dodging is faster, then it can be really good. But to balance it out, you have to install a different mod that makes it to where like you do half damage. Otherwise, you just completely break everything. But yeah, martial arts are really fun if there aren't too many enemies. Which is kind of interesting because the end game is basically just like, let's swarm you with 50 enemies. Or 100 enemies. So, yeah, it's fun. Yeah, yeah. You can still get logged. Yeah. That's kind of just how it goes, right? Kind of unfortunate, but in a way, you know, it's okay. I wonder if you had like 20 or 30 people that were just like super martial artists. Could you, and like they all had masterwork arms and stuff, could you still, could you just like walk all over Calon? Oh, the time of my reckoning has come to... Yeah, I know, right? It's like, there's an acceptable amount of jank, and then there's... And then there's vanilla Kenshi after you've modded it to fix the problems. Which in a way is pretty funny, but just is what it is, I guess. I'm hoping that a lot of the things that are modded in Kenshi right now... Oh yeah, Flying Knee is crazy. Like, you just destroy people. Holy. Let's throw these all on the ground so Holy can do his thing. And what are we doing? Alright, we're over here working on that. That's good. Yeah, yeah, if the numbers are closer, then you just annihilate entire groups of people. Ah, very nice. That's sweet, sweet 804 cats. It'll definitely be a good game. I don't know if it'll be the best game ever made, but it'll definitely be a good game. Yeah. I can foresee good things coming from Kenshi too. Huh. Okay, so I need to manipulate like river raptors to come over here and try to eat stuff. So I think I need to like set up a small farm somewhere. Get them to come after my stuff. Let's go with a small vegetable farm. Out here where they could get to it. You probably could, but it would take absolutely forever. Because you'd have to like one or two shot one of them and then run away, de-aggro them, come back, and like do it. So like you could probably do it, but is it worth spending like 10 hours doing it? Or like 5 hours doing it? It's just like at a certain point it's ridiculous. At a certain point a challenge is just, yeah, right? It's just way too much. It's like, why would you bother? Yeah, right? It's like let the fights play out as they would naturally, I suppose, and then just have fun with it. Like instead of, because like you can do the whole micromanage thing and force certain animations to play to where you can pretty much like win every fight very easily. But at the end of the day, is it really worth it? I don't know. I'm somewhat skeptical because yeah, so like animation canceling, if I wanted to, you could solo the entire game with like a rusty, with like the lowest grade, like starting katana ever, and do all right, but at the same time, it's like it probably won't be worth it. It just becomes, yeah, that whole point of at what point is it worth it, right? Okay, let's... Operating machine, let's put that in there. Yeah, it is way more fun just to let the guys do their thing, instead of having to micromanage everyone. Okay, so this small farm isn't actually... Yeah, that's the great thing. It won't be on Ogre anymore. It'll be on, what, UE3? Like UE4, UE5? So that'll be interesting, just to see what they do with that. That does mean, however, that they have to, I think, pay a fee to use it, so Kenshi 2 will most likely end up being more expensive as a result. At least more expensive than Kenshi 1 is. UE4? Nice. Yeah, hopefully they stick with that engine and they don't do what is his name? He made Daikatana. Hopefully they don't do what they did, where they went with like 5 or 6 different engines, which is just ridiculous. What the? Is that under the ground? That's pretty good. Right, so hopefully we get some river raptors coming after this farm that we can't see. Yeah, right? It's like it started... It took like, what, like 10 years? But it's one of those things that's really good to hear about. I'm going to see if I can fix this farm by reloading. But it's one of those things where it's like, this is a indie game that really is incredibly unfocused. From a top-down perspective, like, this game should just absolutely fail. Like, from a top-down perspective. This game should be absolutely god-awful from a top-down perspective. But it does so many different things that it works. And it's just fun. Like, if this was just a combat sim, like it probably was in the very beginning, like, it would be okay, but it would probably lose its luster pretty quickly. Yeah, right? It's crazy. But we've got, like, you can do combat, you can build stuff, you can, like, do all kinds of things. It's really cool. Yeah, that's the thing, right? The game has its specific allure, which is really nice. Okay, I need more Rupa Raptors to be showing up. Hungry bandits and cannibals, it's gonna go terribly for them. Okay, I think I need to go kill some, like, animal nests. Yeah, Hash's smuggling bases are hilarious. I think my favorite thing is, like, if you start a Hash's farm in Clown Steady, like with hydroponics, just no one cares. Pay me money and I won't care. It's like, okay, cool, here you go. Excellent. Okay, so what do we have here? Lots of scrawny cannibals. A lot of my people can't really fight, particularly... Oh, no. That could be a bit of a problem. Alright. Here's the plan. Everyone, get over here. Get inside. We're going to turn off everyone's jobs. We're going to have them all go up here. We're going to hopefully not die to the dirty cannibals. Holy and Hola. I'm going to have you guys go way over here, for now. So I think there's a mod that adds enslaving people. But how it works in game is when you buy a slave, the slave will either join your faction very shortly afterwards. So after a certain amount of time, these slave will either try to run away from you, at which point you can attack them, I guess. Yeah, I know. So you can try to... Yeah, we should probably do that, actually. Probably just bring them inside. Because these three people are going to be on our turrets. So let's have Hobbs and Fen pick up our animals and bring them inside. Alright, you guys. Let's have them go upstairs and put them down. Now let's close the gates and hope for the best. Meet. Okay, you guys. This is probably going to be a complete disaster, but who knows? Maybe it'll work out just fine. Alright, you guys. Because you can shoot through gates. Open fire. The big target that should be fine. They're going to get through that gate, no problem. And they are firing, right? Guys? Open fire? That'd be nice. Okay, there we go. Okay, good. Took out some of them at least. They're trying to break through the other gate now. Picky targets. Oh, good. They picked up the other cannibals. That's good. Hopefully they run around and get confused about pathfinding for a while. Let's just close all the doors so they decide they need to break down all the doors. That'd be fantastic. And hopefully we don't die. Well. No, everyone, stay up here. Now fight them. Fight them where their numbers mean nothing. We are probably screwed, but let's do this. Alright, come up with those, and fight. We are probably completely screwed, so we will most likely be doing what we can. Yeah. So, in this case, we're just going to save scum because I didn't realize they were actually on their way. So we will most likely do what we usually do, right now at least, and get out of dodge. Okay. That is when they're still here. How's everyone doing? So, let's see if we can actually make it to the fishing village. Maybe. So, we'll turn up everyone's jobs and we will run to the fishing village. It's their problem now. Alright, so... Hybrids love fish, yes they do. Alright, so Fen, you pick up Holly. Hobbs, you pick up Hola. And let's go inside. And just hide in here for a little bit. This is not their problem. And all these cannibals are coming for us. That's fine. Yeah, I know, right? We are still very weak. But we're just letting the cannibals do their thing against these guys and get wiped out by actual fighters. What in the world? One of my favorite bugs in this game. Oh no. They're so injured. Get them. Take that, cannibal. Alright, hey, we did a... Okay. Yeah. Not. Okay, well, he's after one of the three traders. Maybe we can let him continue fighting one of the three traders? Maybe we... No. He would lose horribly. Take him down. Excellent. Now, let's go back to all base, which is now cannibal free, it seems. Let's turn back on our jobs. Let's make sure... Anything else coming? No. Sounds good. We do need to rebuild, though. And then we need to eventually... Yeah, I want to... So we started this base with baseline tech and did all our research here. So we haven't explored any foreign outposts yet. But yeah, everything should be fine. These actually I don't need anymore. So I can get rid of those. And how's this one looking? Alright, looks good. I just need to get more iron plates so I can finish that off. Holy and Hola are doing alright. Put down Holy. Let's put down Hola. Alright, you two. Go outside. Okay, so what are we doing? Engineering? Nice. Oh, good. Stone refinery 3. We need iron plates for that, though. Okay, so... let's see. I could have Fen take somebody's backpack. Like Dokchung's backpack. Go over to Weld's End. Get some iron plates. We can hopefully get that iron refiner, that advanced iron refinery done. Yeah, new mechanics to Kenshi would be really cool. Like, that's definitely something that I'm interested in learning more about, is all the cool additions that he's going to have for Kenshi 2. Because, I mean, as I said, it's a great game. It does something that nothing else does, so it has that nice niche. Yeah, it'd be really nice to see what other cool stuff he does. The new player experience for Kenshi is always hilarious. I remember when Angriest Pat, formerly from Two Best Friends played Kenshi and, and immediately died, like everybody does in Kenshi. The whole advice that I always give people, by the way, when they start it with a Wanderer start, so they have like 1,000 cats, right? It's like, okay, first thing you should do ever is run down to Squin, buy an advanced splint kit and an advanced first aid kit, so you don't die. Some people do it. My other favorite is when people like right off the start go and pick fights with the dust bandits and die. Like they have cutting weapons. All right, fantastic. Let's take more of those, and everything else we're good on. We'll take more of those because why not? Random furniture. Can you actually? Yeah, right. Yeah, they get eaten by bone dogs, or they go down into the swamps and they run into blood spiders that move faster than they do. This is what it is. Becoming an outhouse? Ooh. I wonder where everybody is taking a dumps currently. I assume they just like go over here and just take a dump off the side. Alright. I think that actually one of the more interesting things about the game is how... Wait, do we have even more big raids coming? Or is this just a drifter? Alright, we have a scrawny cannibal over there, and we got some friends over there we probably don't need to worry about. Okay, sounds good. So I think the most interesting thing is telling people that if you want a character to move faster, you just target a different character who's nowhere near them. Yeah, exactly. And then, like, step 3 for more experienced players is immediately going to the Fog Islands and just killing princes. So you can get, like, 100,000 cats or something. If you're playing with Living World or Reactive World, even the Fog Heavies drop heads, drop trophies, so then you could just do that. Make a ton of money off them, make a ton of money at Mongrel. Then make your way over to the Deadlands and get like Edge 2 weapons and stuff. Hello, Scrawny. That's nuts. Alright, sounds good. Thank you for your contribution. Oh no. Free stealing experience. Okay, let's put that down. Let's put this back on, and then go work on that. Oh good, we have enough. Finally. Alright. So, this one requires no workers. Fantastic, I love it. So that means, BB boy, I need you to add pulling that to your list. Pulling to ore storage. So that needs to go there. Alright, so Beat should be able to take care of that no problem after it gets done farming. Yeah, I completely agree. You just steal nothing but blueprints and you make all the cats you could possibly need. We have more iron plates, that's good. Let's throw those on the ground. Because that can't backfire at all. Let's put those in there. Let's come over here and... Hey man, can you imagine? It's just like, oh no, I work at Intel and I have too many plates. Well, throw them on the lawn. I have too many computer chips or something. Just throw them in the lawn, hope for the best. Don't immediately get fired. Alright, so green thingy. Item furnace, iron plates. Oh, I have him using the iron furnace. Use that one. weaponsmithery. That should work great. Let's get rid of that. Okay, sounds fantastic. So we actually don't need to use this anymore. So we can dismantle the iron refinery here. That's a good question. Probably the experience mod. Because it just saves me so much time. So it's like, if I were to just play this at like normal experience speed, like it would take forever. Like it's going from normal speed to like 5 times speed is probably a healthy amount for like a let's play or something, or like streaming. If you're just playing casually and it's like your first couple of playthroughs, like without the 5 times mod is probably okay. However, favorite practical mod that actually adds something to the game. Comes down to what I use, right? I'm not sure. The favorite mod that just adds a little bit to the game, really doesn't change anything, but just there's two that are kind of, I think, important. The first one is the Hyper Gas Mask. The other one is the topographic map, because I like topographic maps. So you can see how this works. You can see elevation changes and such. Since it's colored, you don't have to, or colorized, I guess, you don't have to include all the little lines. So in a topographic map, you would have the line, but you'd have arrows that are pointing down. So you could tell what direction is going up and down. Otherwise, this and that would look essentially the same. This could be a plateau, and that could be like a ravine, I guess, or a pit. But because it's colored, and the darker the color gets, the lower it goes, and the lighter the color gets, the higher it goes. We don't need that. We can sort of tell where everything is. Like even here, this is still getting darker. This is still getting lighter. So in that case, like I know there's something that could be useful here. And I know that there may or may not be a path out of it just from looking at the map. Now, the downside of that is that there's less wonderment, right? So it's just like, well, here's this place, and people can just go there instead of knowing what the lay of the land should look like. So this would be like you played the game a bunch and you just want something that makes the game easier to see instead of, and sort of gets rid of some of the mystery, I guess. If you have the topographic map, then instantly you know that this is a good base area in the Fog Islands. Because you might have a choke point here, and you might have like 1 or 2 places where they can get in over here. I think it's like right here is the only, right here and here maybe are the only ones in. So that's probably my favorite mod that doesn't really change anything. Aside from that, probably Reactive and Living World so far. Wells on the inside if you're making a base in town. You don't really want to go found your own base. What the? These guys just literally spawned out of nowhere. Okay, nomad animal traders. I don't need any more animals. And this guy is just standing there. He's disappointed. He wants to talk to my manager. Coming in, gents. I'm kind of sad that I can't get more leather easily. Oh, that. Alright, I need to go somewhere where there are a lot more animals, because we need leather now. Okay, cannibals fighting cannibals and such. That works just fine. Yeah, this is just our starter base. We are going to move somewhere else relatively soon. But I really need for green thingy to... Yeah, we don't need to do that green. Iron resource, we can get rid of that. We could have you get rid of, well, do weaponsmithing first. Okay, good. So we have a lot of research books. Damn it. Okay, well, we have that. We already paid for it, right? Let's see. We don't necessarily need those yet. We don't necessarily need those yet. Brain collector could be useful, but we don't necessarily need it either. We could do this for strength training. Yeah, there's... I think a lot of the thing about Kenshi and mods is that unless you're using something like Genesis or like, what is it, Kaido or Cairo or whatever it is, unless you're using those really big mods, it's going to be you install a bunch of mods that just add something or change something a little bit or tweak something that really make the game better but don't necessarily change anything that's enormous, if that makes any sense. So in that respect, I think it works all right. If that makes any sense. Oh, good. We have 28. We have 28 bars, 28 plates. So we have pretty much all of the plates that we need at this point. Let's make that belt crafting station. Do we need more power yet? And we could potentially use some. Unpause that. Good, everyone can get there. We're gonna need more copper though. We have plenty of copper. Okay, good. We have all the power we need. Okay. So that's all done. We need lots of iron. We need lots of other things. Also, so I added the Whistler mod, so I know that the Whistler's around here somewhere. So I kind of don't want to go to Leviathan Coast so we all don't die horribly. I just need to find a place that lets us grow cotton, green fruit, and wheat relatively easily. I could have Fen doing that. I mean, the manufacturer is not Tagelmust anymore. It is... Instead, it is weapons at this point, which he is making a lot of. Green Binget. But that's good. Green, go ahead and get rid of those. Toss that as well. Okay, that should all be fine. Can we... Yeah, when he gets over there, we will just give him all of these instead of like the 1 or 2 that he's going to grab. Go green. Alright. So all this should work out nicely. Okay, so it just finished. Utility builds version 3. Sounds good.